Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another video and this is about the Sicilian defense dragon variation. So in the last video we covered the classical variation where it was the knight to c6 move. Now we're going to be covering the g6 move, and this g6 move prepares a quick fianchetto for the bishop and a kingside castling, and this will be a nice defense for black. In the next video, after the knight to c3 move, we'll be covering a6, and that's the Najdorf variation. So e4, c5, knight to f3, and d6. So now we have d4 and c captured on d4, knight captured on d4, and knight to f6. Knight to c3, and in this video we're covering g6, preparing to fianchetto this bishop and castle on the king side. But in the previous video we covered the knight to c6, which is the classical variation, and then in the next video coming up it will be a6, and this is going to be about the Najdorf variation. So from here we have g6, preparing to fianchetto the bishop to the g7 square. Bishop to e3 and bishop to g7, fianchettoing the bishop. f3 and castle. So as I said, this g3 move prepares to fianchetto the bishop and to castle, so it gets a nice safe area for the king with these pawns surrounding the king and the knight controlling these light squares, and the bishop having a nice diagonal down here along with the king, nice and safe. So this is a good move for black, the g6 move. We have g4, knight to c6, controlling the dark squares and maybe asking for a trade of knights. White declines this for now and plays queen to d2. d5 pushing forward, and we have g5 attacking this knight, so the knight has to move to h5 is the best option for black to play. Now e captured on d5, knight takes on d4, bishop takes on d4, so now white is a pawn up, and bishop to f5. Queenside castling from white, and we have rook to c8. Bishop takes on g7, knight takes on g7, and bishop to d3, maybe trading off the light square bishops. Queen to c7, so doubling up on the c file with the queen and the rook. So this is a good position from black and white. So they both have connected rooks on the first rank and on the 8th rank. Black's rooks are connected very nicely. And the king is still very safe. Apart from this dark square bishop is not here anymore, and the knight has ended up on this g7 square. And this bishop has a nice diagonal, and so does the light square bishop. They could trade off at some point in the game. Maybe the next move that is going to be played for white is bishop to e4, king to b1, h4, and many more options. But this is a better position for white currently. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video on the dragon variation of the Sicilian defense open line. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and in the next video we'll be covering the Najdorf variation when we play the a6 move. So after e4, c5 we have the Sicilian, knight to f3, d6, d4, c takes on d4, knight takes on d4, knight to f6, knight to c3, and a6 would be the Najdorf variation. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.